Hello there, beautiful souls and beautiful humans. Welcome, welcome, welcome to a multi-dimensional perspective from Israel. We have the lovely Kerrii with us today that I'll introduce fully in a moment, or who I will fully introduce. And we're also looking with the intention here as a prayer for peace to anchor the StarPeace and the Paradise Earth codes in Israel and in Gaza. Now, forgive this very short notice. Ultimately, this opportunity or this idea didn't even come about until Monday. And on Monday, I was having my team meeting, and one of my beautiful team members was in a bit of a frazzled state because she's just had a chat with Kerrii and was trying to get her head around the fact that Kerrii's in Tel Aviv presently and has, you know, got all these things going on around her that are just so difficult for those of us sitting in our general safe houses and safe land to be able to come to understand. And I just thought, why don't we do something in StarPeace? Why don't we actually hear from Kerrii, hear her multidimensional perspective? Because we've never met before, have we, Kerrii? But we both share multidimensional perspectives, and Kerrii is a multidimensional healer and has a phenomenal take on what's going on right now, which really resonates with my own. And I just thought it would be great to hear from her, to support everybody who is finding it difficult to not be in fear, not be in judgment, who's looking for someone to blame or is experiencing shame or guilt, just to have a fresh perspective that will allow us to move out of duality into oneness. And together, if you would like to, you can join us in a prayer for peace, a co-creation for peace. And actually, what we're going to do today, you can apply to any land across our planet that is experiencing conflict or war or suffering. So any peoples, animals, land, flora, fauna, oceans, etc. So please do take this as a really powerful tool you can work with. Now, without further ado, I would love to introduce you, beautiful Kerrii. How are you today? We checked in. You haven't had any major disturbances through the night, but how are you doing?
So the truth of the matter is I'm in a completely different space being in this space. And I think that is already like the first takeaway point. When we get back and connect, we remember who we are. On a ground level, however, it's a quiet day. And I just want to say from the start, quiet meaning there's been no rockets in my area, that there might be, I don't know, if there's sirens that go off, we'll just continue. I'm actually in the safe room. My daughter and our dogs will come in, close the door, but we'll just continue if something should come up. I just want everyone to know that. But I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we are doing this and in this place.
Good. Well, I've seen we've got two people that have already joined us. So anyone who's with us, please do say who you are. Gemma's definitely here. Others will join, and anyone who catches the replay, we're going to ask you every time that we share something that you would like if you are resonating with our message, would you please put hashtag StarPeace in the comments and share this video with others, because you won't be able to share it from the Facebook group, but you will from YouTube. And ultimately, you know, we're gathering together, birds of a feather flock together. When we hold frequency together and common intent, amazing things happen, miracles happen. So we're going to keep the chatter fairly short, because what we'd like to do is get your questions so that we can then do a longer video. But for now, one of the things that I really wanted to ask you, Kerrii, is, you know, you call yourself a multidimensional healer, and we've just had a conversation off the video about actually what you're feeling is a key element for you in terms of bringing balance and also equanimity. So we really want to unpack that and explain more about what that means. And, you know, just to give everybody a sense of where we are, remember, we just had the new moon solar eclipse in Libra, which I did a whole energy update about. And I did express how important it was for us to bring together the shadow element of our masculine and feminine internally, and our highest octave, you know, our highest self, masculine and feminine, and just bring light to that shadow, because the more we do that, the more we can bring the shift that we want to on this planet and stop feeding the timelines and the agendas that we don't want to materialize. This is really important that this is happening in this eclipse corridor. And remember that the full moon in Taurus is going to be the clearing up, the healing that we are going to be, well, we're in the instigation process of now. So, Kerrii, tell me, from your point of view right now, multidimensional perspective, what would you like to share about what's going on?
So first, let me just, as briefly as I can, I'll use words just because words is what we have, but it's not always going to mean exactly what I mean. That's multidimensionality. How I experience my multidimensional self, as I said to you as we were chatting, it's almost like I'm riding in a lift or an elevator, and it's what aspect of self am I most resonating as, and what does that mean? What perspective am I bringing to a situation? So I'm the human. Oh my God, there's a siren. We're outside. What's happening with the dogs? That kind of stuff. Then I have to remember something else. And then there's like, say, on a more geopolitical level, again, fairly humaning. Then I'm coming up higher and higher and remembering myself to be a light being, to be one who came onto the planet to experience duality, to return back to knowing all that I am. And so that's the multidimensionality of how I experience. And when I work in that way with people as well, it's also that we work in past, present, and future. Those being your linear times, but multidimensionally not existing. And I think the last point also tied into the concept of the shadow in a way is that for me, the spiritual journey cannot be divorced from the ego. And I know in the beginning of our journeys, it was like, dissolve the ego, get rid of the ego. The ego is our teacher. And so we have to work with that. And then I think the last point is how I would be saying it is the macrocosm and the microcosm. Nothing exists outside of myself. Hence, all the work has to be done within myself. And it's kind of just like surfing those waves, holding them all together. And yes, we are masters, but we haven't achieved all mastery. So sometimes we fall back to sleep with a little bit of amnesia. So that's how all of that goes, just in a general perspective. Did you want me to speak specifically already, like how I see it here now, or
let's go there in a sec? So what we'll do is let's try and keep it in small chunks so everyone can digest it. So I love everything you just said, and I think this is so important for all of us before we go into the prayer and the visualization, to remember that I know we like to think of the baddies as outside of us, but actually it's all inside. And you've just said that as well. If we do this inner work and we focus on what's inside of us and what we're feeling, what we're seeing, what we're thinking, what we're believing, what we're perceiving, then we do the cleanup job for the collective. We're like literally the master cell that allows all the cells to then, basically follow suit, right? And when I talk about multidimensional, I'm talking about the body, I'm talking about the mind, I'm talking about the heart, I'm talking about the soul, the spirit, all those different elements like you just said. And I think the building, the elevator concept is really helpful for people in terms of dimensions and also even densities for us to get our heads around. Or this can't really understand it all. So you don't need to understand it all. What matters is what lights your heart up. When your heart gets bright through something we're sharing, this is important for you to focus on, right? This is the key. I'm feeling all sorts going on around here as we're speaking. So there's definitely some clearing for us to do. Yeah. Okay. So do carry on. In terms of your multidimensional perspective of what's going on right now, what would you like to share?
Okay. So because this is so broad and could go on forever, I think what I'm going to call for me bring through is like, what would be the most vital thing that could actually initiate change? And I think what's really important that I'm seeing happening, and I'm going to start on the most basic level, on the human level, and therefore I am going to speak about an us and a them. But please know, I don't recognize an us and a them, but I have to use this language, okay? There's a setup that's going on, and they're saying it's like Israel against the Palestinians. And then it becomes like free Palestine and Hamas and all of that. And what came through today very, very clearly is when we co-create, we want to live from the wish fulfilled. We want to live from that end state. What if right now we use that understanding that we know to be our true nature self, and we just start by shifting the narrative? And what if we say, I don't want to free this one or free that one. Let's talk about freeing humanity. And the simplest thing that I received is when we start speaking about, let's free humanity in all of this. And therefore genuinely be able to dissolve those divides. The human wants to go in and find fault and even find history and find all of that. And all that I see that doing is empowering a timeline that has already died. But if we put momentum into it, it's going to grow. So we need to be able to, and this is hard because I'm in it, we need to be able to disengage from the five senses more than ever. Yes, there's the horrors of what happened, and I don't want to, on all sides, and I don't want to sound uncaring, but it's those horrors on another level that are being used in order to keep us stuck. So for me, looking at this multidimensionally, I've needed to look at what's happening, but so as to absorb and transmute it. Because as I said to you, the way I see it is if you don't look at the dark, you stay stuck in the dark. So it's being able to understand those levels and how we're being played with. That's very important, I find. And then also to understand that, oh, hold on, I'm getting something. The most important thing as multidimensional beings that we can do in the circumstances, I feel, is really just keep our highest vibration available to not even do anything as such, but just to transmit. And I see it almost if someone's in an ocean and like that's the life raft that they're swimming towards. And in that, like you say, holding those codes, holding that there, then all of this discussion actually becomes irrelevant because it's no longer within that bubble of duality. It's interesting because I had a lot to say, but my higher self, my more totality is like, don't put those words out there. Go straight to what we need to be holding. And I think it's fascinating that we're both holding Lemurian codes. Independently, we brought this. And are we maybe at a repetition of Lemuria and what's going to go forward? This is a massively, positively, potentially good place to be. And I know humanly it's a vile, hideous, horrible place to be. But we have that power if we hold our knowing of who we are and radiate that out and not get sucked into the storyline. So to be still and to know ourselves, that's what comes through.
I don't know how anyone else is feeling right now, but my eyes are filled with water and I'm just like, this woman is literally right in the thick of it. Like you walk outside your door to walk your dogs and you literally hear something, you've got to run back in. And you were telling me about the atrocities that literally been going on just down the road from you, right? And we're not going to energize any of that, folks. We don't need to. Those of you who are part of StarPeace, you know, I got the memo back in 2020 on the 31st of October that in our universe, the light had won. And Star Wars is over. It's time for StarPeace. Now, for us to activate that on this planet, we have to choose peace in our hearts. This is why I asked you to please hashtag StarPeace in the comments and to send this video to someone else or to your community or whatever, so we can all do this, because the more of us do this, the better. We get 10% of the population to actually take this on board. It spreads like wildfire. Read The Tipping Point if you haven't yet. Okay, and it explains all of that. So this is what we're on a mission to do from our end point coming to now. So remember, the past, present, future from a multidimensional perspective isn't existing. We're operating from the place that peace has already been declared on this planet, that all of humanity has been brought into the resonance of peace. We've freed ourselves from our self-imposed suffering. We have allowed ourselves to see beyond the veil of fear, the cloak of illusion, all of the apocalyptic stuff that, you know, that's what apocalypse means in Greek, is to reveal. So, you know, this is our time now. And thank you for all of you who have showed up, because we've got 7 people presently that are watching, which is great. And, you know, for such a short notice, I'm really, really happy because, you know, we're just growing. This is just growing as a movement. It's just started. So, okay, we're going to get on with our co-creation in a moment. I'd love to actually just bring this a little bit into, so for everybody, some of you I know are going to feel like you want to connect with Kerrii and maybe even want to engage with her services as a multidimensional healer if you're really challenged by what's going on right now. So we'll make sure that you have access to her website, because she's not on socials. And I also do want to say that from my point of view, there is a course I run called Fearless, Loved Up and Limitless. And I do remember back in the fear-demic, you know, in 2020, being able to see through what was going on very clearly, because I didn't have all those human trigger points. And exactly what you just said, Kerrii, it's so, it's almost like counterintuitive to disconnect from the 5 senses, but the 5 senses are what keep us connected to our survival programming, which is our ego identity. That there's nothing wrong with the ego, right? We're just saying that struggle, suffering, lack all belongs to this perpetuating cycle of unprocessed trauma that's passed from one generation to the next. For us to clear it, for us to resonate at the higher octave from conflict into unity and peace, it is required of us to choose to connect with our authentic self, our divine self, our truth, whatever words work for you, the source within each of us, the divine spark. So this is what we're here to do today. Does that resonate with you, Kerrii?
Absolutely, fully. I just got a small message as you were speaking, if I may, just very briefly. So the guidance was for the human, just put it out there that I am willing to release fixed ideas, ideologies, and belief systems, and I'm willing to expand and see beyond that which I believe to be true.
I'm going to see if I can, what I'll do is I'll come back to the transcript afterwards and I'll type that bit up because I think that's really powerful. And I'm going to also reshare the sovereignty prayer, which is a very powerful prayer for helping us come back into our sovereign truth. This is what came through me when I got that message about StarPeace and our universe. So, you know, we're all here holding codes. You know, here's Kerrii with her crystal. I'm here with mine. I've got my celestial as well. So we're now going to move into a visualization prayer, co-creation, which I'm going to keep short because I want you to be able to tap into it whenever you want. Remember, you can listen back to it, record it on your phone, so you've got it whenever you want to, just to go to this section. And we're going to specifically download and activate the Paradise Earth codes through the Lemurian crystals and the StarPeace codes through the celestial crystal, okay, into Israel, into Gaza, so that, you know, those who are ready to activate these codes within them literally feel them. We're alleviating the suffering on the ground. And actually, almost, how do you feel about us visualizing a global peace treaty? How would that?
Well, this is what it is. It's like we can, I have this that it's even going Syria, Jordan and that, but really what we're doing, because we're anchoring right into the crystal grid, this is like the fetal point, but it's going to go all the way through the crystal grid. 100%.
Like, okay, ground. Where's my grounding crystals? Amazing. All right, we're going to do this. And again, just to say a little bit more about this, that it feels very important to continue this conversation. So there'll be some offshoots from this. And for anyone who really would like to, you know, take this as the now time to start to clear fear very deeply from their being, please remember yesterday I did a free masterclass on it was actually about uncovering and activating your unique soul mission. So it's really geared towards those of us who recognize ourselves as StarSeeds, empaths, light workers. And, you know, one of the giveaways is actually the Cosmic Cleanup Crew, which is clearing up your energy field from all of the messaging that is influencing us in such a way that we're coming out of our truth. So if you want to know more about that, just look down the page or go onto the socials to find out more. And I will be announcing some other events coming up in the next week, just so that we can really build this energy, because it feels now's the time. And I was born for this, and I think you were too. So let's get on with it. You feeling ready? Yeah, great. So let's do this. So I'm going to take us into this, and then Kerrii's going to join in as well. So we are going to offer up our light language. I know it's going to come through, and I presume it's going to come through you as well. So there'll be a space to, you'll hear me and my light language come through from the constellations that come through me through the StarPeace Collective. And you will also hear Kerrii. So if you're new to light language, it bypasses the conscious mind. Okay, don't worry about what it means. Just feel what it feels in you, because it will create a clearing wherever it's needed. It will also allow you to be more receptive and to the higher frequencies, your soul consciousness and spirit. And you'll hear, as I set this up, that we are only connecting to the purest vibrations of love and light, the highest good of all, the win-win-win in everything. That's all we're interested in. Okay, so that's our promise. All right, that's where we are. So let's get on with it. You'd like to start just by rubbing your hands together for everyone, just to get the right and left brain fired up, and have a little shake. Let yourself release any tension from your being. And then if you'd like to bring your hands to your heart center, beautiful souls, beautiful humans, gently close your eyes. Take a moment to welcome your breath. And remember that your breath is your connection between your soul self and your human self. And so as you feel the rise and fall of your chest, even though we know that there are awful things going on in this world right now, choosing to connect to feeling appreciation for the fact that we can gather together and use our energy to focus on what we want to create in this world. We want to activate, materialize, manifest for the highest good of all. And connecting also to the frequency of compassion rather than pity for those who are on the ground suffering right now, whose soul journey is to be part of bringing this opportunity to light for us to unite in peace. And please now just imagine around you a beautiful big sphere of compassion. And if you're new to this sphere, even if you don't find it easy to visualize, know that the wall of this sphere is made of trillions of little spheres, spheres within spheres, all spinning to the frequency of compassion and pure unconditional love for you, for all you are, all you ever have been, and all you ever will be, and all you've ever been through. So this is your safe space. It is my safe space. We each have our own sphere. And I'm inviting now a collective sphere around all of us who are choosing to co-create this treaty of global peace. Just imagining that now, whether we catch the live or the replay. And I'm going to invoke my I am presence, and I ask you also to repeat these words out loud, knowing that what we're doing is connecting with the part of us that is our highest self, the part of us that is already in the frequency of peace. And in this way, we can connect to the highest frequencies of our guidance system. So just allow yourself to receive, and please do repeat after me. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am the creation. I am a multi-dimensional being of love and light. I am sovereign. I am free. I am aligned with Earth's most graceful, easy, and joyful ascension paradise timeline. I am choosing peace. I am a conduit of peace. I am StarPeace. I am co-creating my personal paradise in alignment with the highest good of all and the win-win-win in everything. I am the divine masculine embodied. I am the divine feminine embodied. I am the divine child embodied. I am the divine infant embodied. I am the divine adolescent embodied. I am the divine teen embodied. I am a powerful co-creator of my reality. I am a master manifester. I am that I am. I am divine harmony. I am divine balance. I am divine equanimity. I am divine symphony. I am choosing that within me, the light has won. I am that I am. They're beautiful ones. You can just release your hands, let them rest on your thighs, palms facing up, or wherever they are most comfortable. And just let your feet be uncrossed, everything uncrossed in your body, opening up the crown of your head now, relaxing your pelvic floor. And I'm commanding on behalf of our collective that I am a pure channel of divine grace, of source energy, that I am a spokesperson for the StarPeace collective, and that we bring through the purest vibrations of love and light as we connect to the highest frequency guides, teachers, angels, archangels, ascended masters, messengers, star families, and all the beings that resonate most with this planet, the elementals, the rainbow dragons, the unicorns, the beings that we connect with as supportive to our highest path, our highest intention. And we command that everything we ask for today, everything that we set in motion, is brought forward as this or something better, as the highest good of all, as the win-win-win, and we release all of attachment outcome. So now, just for a moment, allow yourself to open to the idea that we can and we are and we have co-created and manifested a global peace treaty. Humanity has chosen peace. In the hearts of all of us, we have unified, we have resolved, we have allowed ourselves to evolve beyond the wounded aspects of our being, to clear the bloodlines, heal the bloodlines, and allow ourselves now to move beyond the unprocessed trauma that has passed from one gen to the next and kept repeating history. We have moved beyond matriarchy and patriarchy. We have evolved into an era of uniarchy. This is the era of the star beings and the divine child, where our internal masculine and feminine, our internal mum and dad, have evolved to the point that their needs are met and they can meet the needs of the divine child within and the wounded child within. So from this perspective, within your sphere, imagine a screen in front of you and imagine what this world feels like and looks like as humanity. Nearly 8 billion people on this planet have chosen peace. Whatever imagery you get that you can anchor into is what will allow us to hold this frequency for all. And I'm opening up my channel now to receive the Paradise Earth codes and the StarPeace code. So I'm going to ask everyone just to repeat with me. I am the Paradise Earth codes. I am the Paradise Earth codes. I am the Paradise Earth codes. The same with the StarPeace codes. I am the StarPeace codes. I am the StarPeace codes. I am the StarPeace codes. Now feel this stardust literally raining down upon you now. The crown of the head open, the soul chakra receptive, receiving the codex for peace, for paradise, so that your own visions of what this means, your own imagination can be awakened, and we can see our connectiveness as a humanity beyond all borders, beyond all race, all religion, all cultures, all labels. Everything that previously was used to separate and segregate is now used to unify and to unite. And allow this energy to move through you. Notice, is it golden stardust, platinum, pink, rainbow, gold, with shimmering elements of other colors within it? So let yourself receive these codes as they are for you. Let them move down through your body, receiving through the cells, molecules, atoms, subatomic particles, quantum field and photon stream. And allow them now to move down through your earth chakra, all the way down into the heart of Mother Earth, the womb of Mother Earth, the core of Mother Earth. Now, before we send them along the crystalline grid, we're going to do a little cleanup job first. So holding the imagery, the sensation, the feeling of peace declared throughout all of this planet and this solar system, galaxy and universe. The trumpets that herald peace, the awakening in each of our hearts. Please now imagine a small sphere of compassion, a replica of the one around you in front of your face. And we're now going to breathe out of us all of the conflict, all of the war programming, all of the sadness, the grief, the belief systems, perceptions that create division, that create all of the different ways that we separate from each other. I'm inviting you to release into the sphere any images and any previous recordings you have heard or words you have spoken around the atrocities that have gone on and continue currently in our present time to be going on. So we can release this and we can really embed the codes of peace into the crystalline grid. All you need to do is just imagine that you're breathing out black smoke, density, however it shows up for you, into that sphere. And the sphere is spinning faster and faster. So put the disturbing words, imagery, thoughts, perceptions in there. Everything that has made you contract, everything that takes you out of your center, and even place your 5 senses in there that make you feel under attack. I'll now bring through the light language from my side to support this clearing, this detox. And then I'll invite Kerrii to share hers and any words she would like to. Nishtaraya kawanaya kuya haranaya siya wanara. Asara aya haranaya suya chichiya astara. Kureya naharanaya puya astara. Niraya awanaya kiya harana suya chi. Nishtiraya chichi kiya haranaya uya. Ishtira chiya. Nusturaya chi kiya haranaya turaya. Chi chi ha shturaya chua. Please bring your attention just to the back of your heart and allow the release from here as the rest of my light language comes through. Nushturachiya wanaya kiya haranasiya chiya. Ishtaraya chichi haranaya puya asaranaya chi. Nishtiraya chiya wanaya uya iya wanaya kiya harana. Ishtara astaraya kiya usturaya chichiya. Suya, Iea, Awa, Uya, Aya, Ia, Acharanaya, Sia, Su, Shtuachi. Kerrii, I'm inviting you to step in now with your light language.
I'm working with my hands and colors, and I've been doing it throughout for everyone. And I'm going to continue doing that. And what I'm going to ask you to do is just to imagine within your entire body, or even just within the tiniest drop of your body, to imagine your DNA and everything that Rozy's brought through from the external level, to see it activating in resonance, in harmony within your DNA, and to see that coming online, and to see it going at a speed of awakening that is in your highest and safest good, and to begin to feel all that magnificence that exists out there, to begin to feel it coming on like little lights, like little Christmas lights, bing, 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 coming on, and to feel that. No work required on your behalf. You are a perfect, complete totality. Just allow it to come online within you. Start to feel within your throat that the resonance of your voice, your words, your communication of your heart is in resonance with that which has been brought through, and actually that which has always existed. But as we have the courage and we ask, may I release all that is no longer in my highest good, that as we release this veil, we just come face to face and blend inner and outer as one, as peace, as love. So really to just see it happening internally, mirroring the external, external mirroring the internal, until there is no divide anymore. And just to hold that space of beautiful little glistenings of light, that we are together, that we are individually, that we are as one.
So beautiful, Kerrii. Thank you so much for bringing that in. It feels delicious. So beautiful, ones. Just imagining now that sphere full of everything that we have released, knowing that it will continue to release. Seeing the density in that sphere. What does it look like to you? To me, I'm getting the imagery of the Death Star from Star Wars. Just allowing myself to release now all aspects of duality consciousness, all battle between good and evil in my psyche, all conflict between my right and left brain, my masculine and feminine, all of the elements that create division, as Kerrii just mentioned, just releasing, maybe experiencing it now like cobwebs being released from your being, going into that sphere that's spinning super fast. Noticing where you're particularly feeling the sensations in your body and just allowing the clearing from there to continue. We're now going to bring through the pure clear flame of infinite love, which will allow us to restore our own being to 0 point raw creative energy, and also to bring through the codes required to love up everything in that sphere. So just call it in now. I am divine infinite love. I am divine infinite love. I am divine infinite love. This is a pure clear flame that comes from source. You may see like a diamond dust shimmering within it. Just let it come through your being, particularly focus it down where you're feeling the density in your body, where there's sensations. Let it move through and restore all of that cellular memory to raw creative potential, pure infinite love, source, creator energy. Let this move down through the earth chakras and into the core of Mother Earth. So our earth chakras are spinning, the core is cleansing, and we're creating the conditions where we can send the StarPeace and the Paradise Earth codes around the earth very, very soon. And allowing that beautiful clear flame to move through your breath, out of your heart into the sphere, loving up that density until you have a pure crystal ball in there. No anything else other than pure light. You can see through it. It's full of creative potential. And into that space, we bring through the diamond fire, which is a violet flame with a diamond dust that reflects the colors of the rainbow. Just bring it through by calling it in. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. As this moves through you and anchors deep into the core of Gaia, it instantly allows the dissolution of all cords of attachment to conflict, to duality, to war, to suffering, to struggling, to repeating these old cycles. Anything that has an attachment to nefarious energy, released from your being. You'll see all sorts of cords dissolving from their attachment points. This is not cord cutting, it's actually releasing the attachment points and allowing them all to go into the sphere where they're instantly loved up into that beautiful, clear, bright light. And you'll see that this has been cleared as the beautiful violet flame and the diamond dust moves through into the sphere as well. The sphere is spinning and spinning and spinning. And as soon as the cords are released, we bring through the emerald green flame. The emerald green flame is the sovereignty flame, the flame that heals these attachment points and restores the cellular memory, the actual membrane memory, to feeling safe and secure in our own skin, to being sovereign in our own energy, discerning, to bringing those frequencies of harmony, equanimity, balance, and symphony in. That's it. Well done. It feels really, really beautiful. So you'll end up with an outline of emerald green light around your body. Within your body, you will see that beautiful violet flame and the diamond dust shimmering. And remember that what this flame does, the diamond fire will pick up all anomalies and transmute them into this higher octave of divine peace. So particularly around the throat, the heart, the shoulders, the solar plexus, all of these areas, and the root, and particularly the third eye as well, just allowing perception to shift. That's it. And now as you allow that emerald green to go into the sphere as well, notice that it will create the circumference of the sphere. And again, what we're doing now is infusing that sphere with some statements that will allow us to feel very safe to share these peace codes with the world, with the crystalline grid, to do our light work. And in particular, I'm asking everyone to release the wound of the fear of persecution, to release judgment, fear, and suffering from all layers of our being in all space and time. Beautiful work. So let that sphere spin so fast that when its work is done, it will seem like it's still. Beautiful. Now, in your imagination, hold that sphere with your two hands now. And let's call in, I am invisible, invincible, invulnerable, impermeable, impenetrable, untrackable, and untraceable to anyone or anything of nefarious intent, whether I perceive this within me or outside of me. I am StarPeace. I am Paradise Earth. I am divine harmony, divine balance, divine equanimity, divine sovereignty, and divine symphony. I am that I am. Okay. So I'm going to anchor these codes into this sphere, and we're then going to place this sphere into the crystal. Well, it's actually going to go into our sphere, and then we will take it into our hearts in the crystalline grid. So please do repeat out loud after me. Anchor, lock and seal. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle integration and full expression in my physical reality and all dimensions of my being, in all space and all time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now just move that sphere directly in front of you and place it into the screen and beyond the screen in front of you, into the wall of your sphere. So now you see every one of these trillions of the little spheres all receiving these codes, the codex for peace. The number for me is 144. And this is really about us uniting all layers of our being into their highest potential. And as you see this sphere receive these codes, it's like a wave of change occurs. That event we've all been hearing about takes place. A tsunami of peace, a tsunami of love runs through us, runs through our energy field, all layers of our being. And now imagine you're receiving it into your heart, as though all of these spheres are sending the codes of peace to you, to your heart, down through your body, into your earth chakra, and spreading across the crystalline grid now, spreading throughout all of the different aspects, layers of the stratosphere, and also spreading through all land, all water, across the planet. If there's anything you want to add here, Kerrii, please do.
That's perfect.
So beautiful ones, we're just going to magnify this, magnify it, double it, quadruple it. Just feel the peace beneath you. Feel Mother Earth at the very core, having literally the symbol of peace at her core, emanating out, a sonic wave, also emanating out through all of our senses, through our clairsentience, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairaudience, and even through our physical senses, just feeling the soothing balm of this peace, spreading through the crystalline grid, spreading through the mycelium network, and being received now by every being on this planet who has a soul contract to activate this peace at this time. We all remember this unified field and experience and frequency. Let's affirm it again. I am divine peace. I am earthly peace. I am personal peace. I am collective peace. I am unified peace. I am star peace. I am that I am. Please, if you have anyone in your mind that you'd like to wrap in a blanket of peace, please do that now. If you have a collective of souls you'd like to wrap in peace, please do that now. And we send this through every culture, every religion, every society. We send this through to all indigenous tribes, all nations, all oceans. Everywhere is touched by this now. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And on behalf of myself and this collective, I command that this process continues until completion. And I also invite an axotonal alignment. So each and every one of us is resonating with peace on all levels now. All cells, all atoms, all subatomic particles, all molecules, the quantum field, the photon stream are now vibrating with peace, peace, peace. Anchor, anchor, anchor. Recalibrate, align, balance and harmonize. The graceful and gentle integration and full expression in all dimensions and all space and all time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And just before we come back, if we can all imagine this treaty of global peace signed by all nations. If we can hear those trumpets again, the light has won within each of us, within our planet, within our solar system, our galaxy and our universe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now breathe down into your feet and slowly start to bring yourself back. Start to bring yourself back by breathing deeply, breathing yourself into your body. Breathe all aspects of your being into this present moment. Here we are now, coming back now, coming back. Keep breathing yourself into this present moment. Breathe through your feet, through your crown, until you're ready to open your eyes. We are back. Wow, that was wow. Thank you. Wow, thank you. How was that for you?
Just phenomenal. And as you spoke, like anyone watches on the rerun, whatever, my hands were going all over and just working with that as well, and just super powerful, and just bowing down and surrendering in humility and gratitude that we have this moment, that we have this consciousness and this responsibility now to just exhale the consciousness that we are into the ethers.
So beautiful. It just feels so beautiful. It really does. I just want to stay in this now all day. Oh, so I've got a few people here. Gemma and Nicole have both expressed peace. I'm going to leave that now. I think it's important for us just to let this ground. So do you have any tips you'd like to share with anyone before I come in with mine?
I just think my all-time line, be still and know thyself. And from there, all emanates forward, because it's all there. Be still and know thyself. Yep.
So beautiful souls, like, please just be kind, like, be really aware of what you tune into. If you have got the stomach for it and you can see what's going on so you can bring light to it, do. But if you know you can't, and it actually just sends you into places that you can't bring yourself back from, don't do it. Leave it to those who can. All right, we all have different roles to play. So play the role that is easiest for you to play. And please remember that this is definitely a helpful one to listen to again. As I said, you could, if you want to, record it on your phone, maybe listen to it when you go to sleep at night. If you feel that you're experiencing anxiety or stress or fear or judgment around it all. I've got Nicole here saying, perhaps we can reconnect with our other higher senses, our sense of belonging, our sense of inner peace, our sense of oneness. And then she says, Treaty of Eternal Peace signed by all nations and galactic federations. It is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Indeed it is. Thank you, Nicole. Beautiful. So drink lots of water. Stay in the light the best way you can. Keep your vibe high. Thank you so much for participating. Thank you for adding #StarPeace to the comments. Thank you for sharing this video. If you're on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. It means the world to me. And more information coming to continue this and to allow us to anchor it more deeply. Kerrii, just huge hugs to you, and seeing you safe, held in a bubble of light and love. In fact, I'm seeing a rainbow bubble around you, and just seeing you emitting this frequency through Tel Aviv that is just creating a beautiful, beautiful, don't know how else to put it, but just a very soothing effect for everyone who's there. So I'm really grateful to you for having the courage and confidence to be there at this time and to hold the frequency you are. It's just amazing. Huge, huge gratitude. Protection to your children, your animals, everyone around you. And, you know, all of us, you know, this is an exponential 1,000-fold unfoldment and more than. So really trust in your power in this participation and co-creation. Thank you. So much love. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll end the video. We'll speak offline. Okay. Take care, everybody. All the best. Share your experiences, please. Thank you.